2016 was another exciting year for the Georgia Council on Developmental Disabilities. It was another opportunity for us to work with our partners throughout the state in order to improve the lives of people with intellectual disabilities and their family members. It was also the last year of our current 5-year plan, so it was a way for us to wrap up some things we've been working on and really begin the opportunity of approaching new ideas with a fresh set of faces in order to do that. I want to talk really about a couple of things that are really the highlights of the last year. And we started the year off with the idea of taking your legislator to work. People with disabilities, inviting those that represent them to spend a day with them in their shoes, to spend a day with them at their workplace, to see what it is that makes their life as joyful and rich as it possibly can be. And we think that that educates legislators about the need to think about the waiting list, the need to think about how do we put more resources into things like employment, because they understand the people that live in their communities even better than they did before. Advocacy days, small groups of people coming to the Capitol to talk about specific issues and with their legislators, to be able to actually go inside the Capitol, call their legislators off the ropes, and talk with them about the issues and concerns that they have and how these things impact their lives. And with sadness and with joy all at the same time, we celebrated our 18th Disability Day at the Capitol. It was also our last Disability Day at the Capitol. Over 3,000 people showed up to hear from the governor and others about what was happening in the state of Georgia and how we could continue to progress. Recognize and understand that it's really better to get closer to our representatives, and our senators, and to be able to have that conversation with them about the really important issues in people's lives. So to have those one-on-one conversations is much more impactful. We didn't really know what it was going to look like. We didn't know how it was going to come off. But I believe that as we move forward, these two pieces, take your legislator to work and advocacy days, will become the centerpiece of the council's advocacy efforts to increase and improve the lives of people with developmental disabilities and their families in Georgia. The Georgia Council on Developmental Disabilities and its Real Communities Partnership was recognized in 2016 by the American Association on Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities with its Full Inclusion Award. This was a great celebration for us and for the communities that we've been working with to be recognized for the work that's taking place here in Georgia, and really to showcase it as something that might take place in other communities throughout the United States. 2016 was a great year for the Georgia Council on Developmental Disabilities. We loved working with our partners. We continue to work with our partners and people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families throughout the year and into 2017 as we use our resources, both our financial, our human resources, our council members, and our staff, to address the many issues that continue to impact people with developmental disabilities and their families. And we know by working together, we can make Georgia a better place for everybody.